Hello guys, it is Creative Theories here, and we are back after a month's break for more huge theories. And in the past few weeks, the highly anticipated Lightyear film was released, looking at what the iconic toy was based off. And personally, I absolutely loved it, and I cannot wait for more Buzz Lightyear content in the future. But what really got me about this film was the first line. In 1995, a boy named Andy got a Buzz Lightyear toy for his birthday. It was from his favourite movie. This is that movie. And this made me think, if the toy Buzz Lightyear has a movie, then what about all of the other toys? I'm not talking about your generic everyday toys, so sorry Rex or Ham, but I'm talking about the toys who have something behind them. And as I got thinking, I remembered Pixar technically has already done this with one of the toys before. Say hello to Toy Story 2, where we get Woody's Roundup. So, does that mean we could potentially get a Woody film similar to Lightyear? Let's get into it, but before we go any further, please make sure that you click the red subscribe button down below and have your notifications turned on so that you get notified every time we make any brand new videos. The thing that is so mad about Lightyear is that it is a movie inside of a movie. It is a movie that Andy watched about the character Buzz Lightyear, and this movie was so successful in the Pixar universe's 90s that toy Buzz Lightyears were sent out to Al's Toy Barn. However, a very similar thing happened in the 50s with Woody. As we see from Toy Story 2, Woody is a toy from the puppet TV show from the 50s, Woody's Roundup. This was extremely popular with young children and therefore made the Woody doll and other toys and merchandise from the show collectible items. That's why we have characters like Al who have collected so many of the Woody's Roundup related products, such as a record player or even a giant cardboard cutout of the toy. And this was clearly a huge cultural phenomenon, as they are being sent to a museum to be looked at by many fans. And this show is clearly what the toys are based off, similar to Buzz. The Buzz Lightyear toy is based off a character who is a space ranger, so therefore he believes he is a space ranger himself. Similar with Zurg, who believes he needs to destroy Buzz Lightyear like in the film. And the same can be said for the toy version of Woody and the rest of the Roundup gang. Woody's Roundup shows the toys being toys, therefore the toys are aware of their fame and the fact that they are a toy. The prospector knows he is a toy from a show and knows his importance, which is why he is so dominant on being sent to the museum, as that is his purpose. Similarly, Bullseye doesn't speak and acts like a horse because that is what he did in the show. So what this means, like Lightyear, is that we can find out so much about these toys' backstories from looking at where this movie came from. Similar to how we're finding out so much more about the toy Buzz Lightyear from Lightyear, the same could be done with Woody. However, there is one big difference between Lightyear and Woody's Roundup, and that is popularity. When Lightyear was released in the Toy Story universe, there was so many Buzz Lightyear toys and related products, as you can see from this whole scene of just every single toy being a Buzz toy in a whole aisle of Al's Toy Barn in Toy Story 2. But it's actually the opposite for the Roundup gang. In fact, it is suggested that there was only ever one toy for each of the other characters. So one Woody, one Jessie, one Prospector, and one Bullseye that was created from the show because, as the Prospector says,
2 words, Sputnik. Once the astronauts went up, children only wanted to play with space toys.
Woody's Roundup was extremely popular, but only for a very short period of time. That's why Al is so excited when he finds Woody, as Andy's Woody might have been the only Woody doll there is in existence. Now, there's many theories about where Woody came from. Some say it's from Andy's dad, who was a huge fan of the Roundup and managed to get the Woody doll. That might be why Andy only has Woody from the Roundup and not other related toys and merch, whereas with Buzz, he has the toy, but also has so many other stuff, such as the bed sheets and the actual Lightyear movie. And what this all means is that Woody is a rare toy from the 50s, and the show likely only had a few episodes before it was cancelled because, like the Prospector said, the rise in popularity of space toys. Now, do I think Pixar will make a film about Woody's Roundup? No, I don't really think so. If you want to see that, you can go and just watch Toy Story 2. But in the Toy Story universe, for there to have been a show made in the 50s about toy cowboys, then it means that Western films and Western stories would have been really big during those days. This is coming off the back of the decades in Hollywood of classic Western films, which just makes me think Woody's Roundup might be the child version of a full-on Western. Either a true story of a cowboy called Woody, or a Western film in the Toy Story universe like Lightyear, which is about a cowboy called Woody, which eventually the toys and the show Woody's Roundup would have been based off. And this is what I think Pixar could be doing. Toy Story is by far their most successful franchise, and even though I can't stand Toy Story 4, as it basically should have just been called Woody as it's not about any of the other toys, the idea of Lightyear comes with huge possibilities. We now could have spin-off film franchises focusing on each toy individually, and the live action, by which I mean not toy, film of them. Lightyear for Buzz Lightyear. The next obvious step is a film for Woody and Jessie. Maybe it's called Roundup or just Woody, and it's a film that focuses on Woody and Bullseye meeting Jessie, the female cowgirl, and either teaming up with the Prospector or having the Prospector as the villain. And instead of the opening titles being "This is Andy's favorite movie," it could be something like, in the 50s, people were obsessed with cowboy toys based off a classic Western movie. This is that movie. And it could even lead us to finding out more about Andy's dad. If we believe that the theory goes that Woody came from Andy's dad, then we could actually see a bit of Andy's dad in this film and say this was Andy's dad's favourite film, and that way it also builds up the whole Toy Story continuity. And I honestly think this is Pixar's new direction. Instead of doing sequels and prequels, do spin-offs, because technically they don't ruin any of the original Toy Story films, and I am highly confident Lightyear is going to be getting a sequel and starting its own Lightyear franchise on its own. So why not start the actual Woody franchise that the toy is based off as well, and who knows how many other toys they could do this with. We could get the backstory to Lotso, the backstory to Bo Peep, just the backstory to anyone really. I just can't wait, and I really hope this is going to happen. But anyway guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure that you smash that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, let me know down below in the comments, what do you think about this? Do you reckon this is Pixar's new direction in their filmmaking? Do you reckon they're going to do original films plus spin-off films similar to Lightyear? And do you reckon a film about a cowboy going and finding a cowgirl, dealing with a prospector, riding on a horse called Bullseye, and being based off the toy Woody, or should I say the toy being based off this film, would be a good idea? It worked with Lightyear for me. I reckon this one is also a great idea, and it brings Pixar into a new genre. They've never done Western before, they could so do it. But anyway guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and as always, we've been here on Gated Theories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.